these two teams have met, they've all been decided by 4 points or less. So Celtics have been comfortable in this. Morris, Horford, Kyrie, and Tatum.
And keep in mind, no Klay Thompson. You know, Steve Kerr talked about the ways that they're going to have to adjust their defense to accommodate Boogie Cousins.
Yeah, it's called 2-3 zone. Well, Draymond, I think he might have lost a little half a step maybe on the defensive end, but it didn't look like it on that last play, that's for sure.
Smart in rhythm there by Kyrie to force the turnover on the McKinney pass. Morris quickly able to knock down that jump shot. And I think Steve Kerr is going to want to have.
The rotations have to be different. You might see a little bit of zone, might see a little bit of tilt, might even see a lot of switching 1 through 5 on the perimeter.
And able to get that one to go in. Green with the rebound.
Yeah, but Damian Lee coming in, you see the effect right away. Coming, that can stretch it a little bit more.
Draymond again quickly into the front court. Steph knocks down that triple. They swing it around to Morris, back to Kyrie. Good defense there. That was a tough.
If you're the Warriors, you couldn't be mad at that shot. You did everything right. Rotated back over. It was just a heck of an offensive play.
That was just a big defensive play.
Exactly, because when he gets switched on the bigger player, he's crafty enough to still be effective.
And that's a welcome sight there.
Making sure he didn't get a wide open three.
Yeah, he's not giving that up. Baines is going to be the one that will have to step in there and take that. And how about the open look?
Home stretch going into the second half of the season. I mean, Golden State knows exactly what it is. It's Steph Curry, it's Kevin Durant, AD, a consistent basis. Who's their third best player? And obviously, who's that utility guy, the glue guy that keeps everything together game to game, night to night?
Established. You know, they're the second and third best players behind Kyrie right now.
Kyrie, speaking of, knocks down a very, has the talent to be that, but at this stage of his career, I just don't think from a maturation standpoint, he's ready to take on that load in terms of being a champ.
Is more competitive than what we saw last year, so the challenges with that has also impacted how we view
Anthony, this is about as good as I've seen them work as a unit defensively in a while.
Hayward off the pump fake, gets into the lane, and I tell you, he's looking absolutely terrific on both ends, and so he might ultimately end up being the X factor when you look at the Celtics team as we get closer to the postseason. Lead.
I want to see a competitive fight. I want to see us compete. I also want to see us get back to playing defense the way we were accustomed to playing, and that's what he was talking about in that timeout.
Cook on that wing, wide open, able to knock down that triple off a good ball. And guys, this is kind of a situation where, to me, right, Horford's got to feel like that's a matchup he's got to win. Is Hayward
shooting air ball there? I think Al Horford's got to become a little bit more selfish on the offensive end. Score, run forward. Beautiful play by Terry Rozier.
It's amazing to see how Coach Kerr, with his resume, he already recognizes that. As you see, the 3 points are going to have to be different coming down the stretch, and I think they'll be ready come playoff time.
Right on cue.
Very much like the team we thought they'd be all season here through the first 14 minutes. And Hayward continues.
As the shot, he takes it. If it's a dribble drive and a guy is guarding him, he's taking it to the basket.
And that three right there. Brown knocks down that triple off
Achilles tendon.
Draymond Green on the help there, but Tatum
match up particularly well against other teams, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. Boston having to play their best basketball.
Big, and how about that defensive play there by Draymond?
We're talking about the defensive effort. We're talking about the leadership. All that has to be there.
Welcome back, and so Terry Rozier is the funniest, and right now Celtics have their starters back in the game. Nice line there by Kyrie.
Kyrie in the first half being more of a facilitator. He'll pick and choose his spots, kind of like Steph right here on this shot.
Smart, we talked about it. He's going to use his body there. And there's Draymond. Great job. Fell asleep a little bit and able to get that tip.
And kind of watching Durant get to the basket. Kyrie get to his sweet spot at about 15 feet. Durant to try to squeeze it through that tiny gap.
Tice is giving them some solid minutes. Gordon Hayward continues to neck spasm, so a little short is that bench, and there's Smart on cue with that deflection, gets it back to. You trying to put me on Front Street?
I did put you on Front Street right there.
What's wrong with it, man? This is a healthy snack, and Mark is more
from a defensive perspective to stay locked in.
Oh, how about the pass there by Smart, but more should give you a synopsis of this first half. Kyrie creates some space there and able to knock down that jump shot. Making the right read there, but really unable to knock that one down. It's Smart. Delivers with a deuce there, putting on the line, and 25-point lead